In the summer of 2011, I was newly divorced and needing to start my life over. I was terrified and unsure of my future. I was living in North Pole, Alaska, and one day, sitting in the bright summer sun, I asked myself, what would I do for the rest of my life if money were no object? And I just knew. I've always loved to knit, crochet, dye, weave, and spin yarn, so it came to me in an instant. I wanted to own a hand-dyed yarn business with a wonderful team and eventually move to the South. And so I began.
And now, after over a decade of ups and downs, twists and turns, excitement, here we are living in warm, sunny Charlotte, North Carolina, operating our hand-dyed yarn business with an amazing team of folks. So I know some of you have been with us from the start. Some of you might be new. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We get a lot of requests to show our yarn shop and how we do things, so I thought it'd be super fun to give you a little tour today. Plus, we have a new beautiful free pattern for you this week, which I'm wearing right now, so I will tell you more about that at the end of the video. Up first, we have this fun little desk and office area, which sadly doesn't get used very often because ever since COVID hit, Tim and I work from home, but it is here for whenever we do need it. So these tall beauties are where we store all of our hundreds of patterns. We do get asked that a lot. So if you would like to know more about where we got these cabinets and how we store all of our knit and crochet patterns, definitely let us know and we would be happy to give you more in-depth look of that. Next up, we have a multi-purpose room. So this is used for a variety of things. I'm not gonna show you because it was a little messy, but storage, relaxation, whatever anyone wants to use it for, it's there. And we have some little decor. This is actually from a local artist. I love it so much. He went over each line 3 times to make this. It must have taken forever, but I love it. And I also love how Tim hung these things so it looks like we're all about 2.5 to 3 feet tall here. So next up, we have a little storage closet for cleaning supplies. Very exciting. So all of that is stored in there. Over here in this sort of lounge area, we have our restroom and this beautiful little wall hanging that I did, which we did film a video on how to make that, if you want to watch that and make your own beautiful little hanging. This area is just for lounging, taking a break, lunchtime. We got a little couch, a little TV here, more storage under in this cabinet. Nice cozy cushy rug in case you want to sprawl out. And then this area of the shop is very exciting. So we've got a little microwave and coffee maker and all that jazz. But then Tim's favorite thing to do is go to the store and buy candy and snacks and little goodies for everybody, so whoever comes into the shop can grab a little nibble. Next up, we have the first part of our yarn show and tell, which is why you're here. So on all of these cubbies is where we store our dyed, finished, labeled yarn. So this moves in and out very quickly since we're just a space for storing the yarn and not really a shop. And so it's organized from lace weight down at that end to fingering and then sport, DK worsted, and finally the bulkies on the end. So that's where all of the finished yarn is stored. And then this area is one of our shipping stations. So a lot of your packages get bundled up here with love and sent on their way. And then moving along, so we have over here a dining table. This is where we have lunch and our little get-togethers. It's often piled with yarn because everything around here normally is. And then we have more yarn stored over here. And again, this is constantly shifting too. Stuff moves in and out, in and out. In these cubbies, we store a lot of goodies. So tote bags, beads, buttons, all the little goodies you see that we offer on the site. A lot of them start out here. And this is another shipping station. So again, a bunch of your little packages get bundled up here and sent off. Moving along over to this little cubby, we have more goodies stored, some more buttons, more beads, stones, all that jazz. And here's a really fun area. So all of the yarn pictures that you see on the website, Tim actually takes them right here on this table. So it's this big elaborate setup just for a wee little skein of yarn, but that's how important the yarn is. So that's what happens here. We used to take the modeling photos here. That's what the backdrops are for, but we mainly do that other places now. So I do have to tell you about the floors and the ceiling. So when we first rented this space, it was in pretty rough shape. Everything was kind of crumbly and yellow and old. So the floors were half carpet, half old tiles. So we ripped all the carpet up, and I did throw my back out doing that. But then Tim and I spent 3 days straight installing these floors. We had to Google how to do it. We had no idea. So super proud of these. I love them so much. We did exist for 3 days on basically just Snickers bars from Home Depot because we were going back and forth for supplies. So that was super fun. And then the ceilings, these are incredible. We had to rent scaffolding also from Home Depot and lay up there. So it was those drop ceilings that are kind of that, you know, speckly styrofoamy stuff. And it was all yellowed as well. So we popped up all these white inserts and then we put little strips between each one going both directions. So that took a hot minute too, but we think it looks really great, looks much nicer. And then we just did a nice neutral gray for the wall. So we think it ties together pretty well and it made a nice little cozy space. Next up, I'm gonna take you into the back and show you what I like to call our little miniature warehouse because it's so cute. Follow me. Okay, up first we have a mountain of boxes. So this is yarn that's come in, but it hasn't been put on the shelf yet. And then, ta-da! What you have all been waiting for, the gauntlet of yarn. So this is where we store all of our undyed yarn. So when it comes in boxes, we label it, we put it onto this shelf. So the dyers all actually work in their homes. So they come about once a week and they grab the yarn that they need and they take it home, they dye the yarn and they bring it back. And then it's ready to be quality checked and labeled and sent out in all of your orders for you. So this is where we store all of the undyed yarn, and we do have a little bit more here on these shelves behind me. And then this shelf is just where we hold some odds and ends yarn that's been dyed. We're right now creating some kits out of that, so those are going to be popping up on the website soon for you. Then over here we have a dyer station. So this is where the dyers come. They can use this table. Here's all of the dyes, and they pick up the actual dyes that they need for the week as well. Right now we have about 120 colors or so, but I'm such a coloraholic, I want to add some more. So that's what that area is primarily for. And now I know this is going to sound silly, but I have always dreamed of having a warehouse with a loading dock. And so when we saw this space for rent, it has a little loading dock with a little door, and this makes me so happy. I just think it's so cute. Then here's something fun. So we chose to paint this whole back wall, the little mini warehouse, our Expression Fiber Arts blue brand color, or pretty close. And that just makes me so happy. It's just like a little pop of fun. So that kind of wraps up our tour. I would love to tell you about our pattern of the week, which is this beautiful one I'm wearing. So let's jump back into the front and I will tell you more about that. So in addition to offering the yarn, we also put out a new pattern virtually every Friday. Sometimes we do knit patterns, sometimes crochet patterns, and they're usually free for a limited time. So if you would like to get notified when those go live, you can just sign up for email updates on the site and I will let you know. So this week's new pattern is called Bordeaux Nights and it's by Monica Wesley. It's so beautiful and classy and elegant, and we have two versions to show you today. So one version has an adorable collar and a fun little ruffle around the hem. And then this version we went a little bit simpler, so we left the hem plain and the neckline plain, so you get to choose whichever you prefer. And it's a great pattern because it has a nice loose body, it's super easy to wear, it just feels like wearing a t-shirt, and it's just easy stockinette stitch. The really cool thing about this pattern is that you use fingering weight for the body, and then the shoulder area uses lace weight, so you get a little bit more of a delicate, lighter feel. This is also a really good pattern to use a speckled yarn along with a solid yarn. So if you've been wondering how to combine those in a pattern, you can try this one out. This pattern actually uses some of the techniques that we've been learning throughout the years. So go ahead and check the description box for links to the videos on how to work those techniques. You're gonna be doing the provisional cast on, you're gonna do a 3-needle bind off, you're gonna learn how to pick up stitches for the sleeves, and how to use a crochet hook to create that little keyhole closure in the back. So Monica chose to use our Oasis fingering yarn for the body and our Alpaca Silk Lace for the shoulder area. So it has a nice lightweight, airy feel to it. So it's great for different seasons. It's a great transitional piece. If you would love to download the pattern, you can grab it, of course, at expressionfiberarts.com. And yes, we will link directly to it in the description box for you, as well as link to the yarn. So thank you so much for joining me today for this little fun shop tour and to check out our new pattern. I hope you had a blast. And if there's anything else similar that you would love to see, any other behind the scenes things, please let us know in the comments so we can get that filmed for you. All right, I'm going to see you next week with another new pattern. Thank you for joining me. Bye. So I know some of you have been with us from the start, and we get so many requests to please show our yarn shop, and some of you are new.
Oh!
I have plus we have a new beautiful pattern. Plus we have a Plus we have a new beautiful free pattern to show you. Plus we have a new beautiful free pattern to show you this week. So I will tell you more about that at the end of the video. Gotta keep coming. I'm going in here. Wait, how do I walk forward? But so, can we stop the train? Process through, you had to put on the shelf. So, I forgot, sorry. Mountain of boxes. Should I keep going? I don't know where that came from.